is John Polrai. I'm coming to you from Tokyo, Japan, and today I want to cover this article by ITM, Inside the Magic. I'm not sure if they're an official Disney site or if they just report on Disney, but the fact is, I don't think they're on Johnny Depp's side. Here's why. When you read this title, Judge refuses to marry couple because groom dressed as Jack Sparrow. The first thing I thought was, oh damn, now some dipshit thinks that Johnny is actually this terrible person and this terrible abuser. I mean, that's what you'd think it was about, right? Because you can't really imagine why they wouldn't want to marry this person, or if you can imagine, like I couldn't at first, you might get a red flag like, oh, now people are starting to be against Johnny. They begin. A couple in Spain recently tried to get married by a judge after the pandemic foiled their wedding plans twice, but the marriage was still not to be for a surprising reason. The groom was in costume as Pirates of the Caribbean's Captain Jack Sparrow. Now, I think the guy obviously has the right to get married, dressed as that, or if it's in private, a private ceremony, dressed however he wants, or dressed however the bride wants. I'm not saying like that's what I want people to do, but if it's your wedding, you've got the right to, take those vows in whatever costume or non-costume or whatever you want to be in. Having said that, it might have been a good idea to check first with the person marrying you to see if they were cool with it, make sure they weren't like super religious or super traditional or something like that. But again, not the groom's fault, just saying that would have been a nice little precaution to take. So here's the tweet. Spanish judge refused to conduct wedding because groom was dressed as Jack Sparrow. The couple, Juan Alberto and Maria Salinas, planned to fulfill a lifelong dream of getting married in costumes. They hoped the non-traditional wedding would entertain their children while giving guests the chance to donate money to charities they chose. But a Facebook post, Alberto explained, the unidentified judge took one look at the couple and said the wedding would not take place unless they dressed properly. The couple, well known around Galicia for their Paper Elephants Foundation for Disadvantaged Children, says Albert offered to remove his wig and hat, but the judge would not entertain such a compromise. The judge had made his decision before even talking to us, Juan said. After their failed attempt to get married, the Galicia, Spain-based couple rescheduled their nuptials for the end of May at the same courthouse. They were still intent on marrying in their costumes. He as the popular part, Captain Jack, and she in her traditional northern Spanish attire. According to a post on the Paper Elephants Facebook profile, it appears that the Pirates of the Caribbean loving couple were able to successfully wed the fourth time around. You can view photos of the Jack Sparrow impersonator and his new bride below. So, an interesting story. However, I was pretty irritated that this article had that title without some kind of like parentheses or, little heads up that this has nothing to do with the Johnny abuse case. It's kind of like when they smeared Depp's daughter by saying she said no one's perfect about the case, but she said no one's perfect about her own acting skills. So, anyway, I like to point out these articles, and sometimes I cover, kind of clickbaity, trashy sites, not because I'm getting information and thinking hard about what they're saying and what's true and what's not true is playing out in my mind as I'm trying to, figure out what the content should be. I'm following these articles because I'm pointing out the trash that's out there and the thing that sways minds. So when you see somebody on Twitter defending Amber, and they are there, unfortunately, they've been reading these crap articles and they've been taking them to heart as fact, or as mostly fact. And that's why a lot of people, not a lot, but that's why some people are defending Amber Heard. That's why some people vote for certain politicians and like certain celebrities, because what they read about them, they take to heart, and the stuff they're reading is pretty twisted. You guys, of course, let me know what you think down below. Doing shout-outs, special thanks, things like that. Consider subscribing here. If you don't subscribe, I'll be pretty sad, but I'll get over it. See you next time.